I think there's different types of credit.
I don't actually know.
No, I'm not too sure about that, actually.
Credit cards like
Credit crunch.
Is credit where you buy something and they basically give you the thing without paying for it up front.
Do you know, if you lend money off someone, you'll have to pay double back. That's what I've heard from banks and stuff like that.
it might just be, say, £1,000 of things, but you have to pay interest on that, so it'd be even more than that.
I think it's a good idea and a bad idea.
I think it's a bad idea because
It's not your own money.
I think it is good because then you can go shopping more.
I'm not really sure.
I suppose, well, credit cards are like borrowing money in a way.
You have to pay it later.
I think them a good idea. Like to spend on if you want to start a business and that.
I just don't think it's a good idea because if you don't have the funds to pay it back, then you're going to end in the deep end of trouble, really.
Where your house gets taken away.
That's like when
Take out a loan or something and that.
You never know if you're going to be able to pay it back or not.
You risk getting in debt.
We borrow money to buy a new house.
You'd always have it on your mind.
Yeah.
In debt, like,
Where you borrow so much money and then you can't pay it back afterwards.
you're taking a risk, because if you can't get it back, you'll start to get in problems.
I would think that I'd want to try and get the debt out the way, but it might be hard to get the money.
You can't exactly just whip the money out of your pocket.
I'd love to like keep myself above being in debt. I mean, whether it's by 1p or £1 million.
Most people don't actually consider how much money that they're spending and how much money they have.
Like something might come up where you won't be able to pay the money back and then you get into like quite a bit of trouble.
Must feel bad.
If you've taken a lot of money out or borrowed a lot of money, then you're going to be really unstable financially if you can't pay it back.
He sort of bought a car, started buying stuff on credit, and he couldn't manage the payments. So he had to take out more loans to keep covering it.
And they don't want to be in debt, obviously, but the stress of them probably will like increase and they just feel
Intense depression.
But I can imagine it's really stressful
It's very worrying for them.
Frightened of what the future could bring.
because you're just trying to think of ways to pay back the money and think of ways how to get yourself out of the situation.
If like you don't earn that amount of money, then you're just going to get debts piling up. If you spend the money that you've got, then I suppose that's better, because then you know how much you're spending and you know that you're not going to have to pay anything back.
Spend your money wisely and think about your priorities, like what you really need and what you can save up later.